Dan Brosnan here with Bobby Cox of the Atlanta Braves. Bobby, in your 20th season with Atlanta, what made you decide that this would be your last season?
Well, number one, I'm getting old. I'm almost 70 years old. I'll be 69 here in another 3 weeks or so. And, you know, sometimes you reach a point you got to make a decision whether to keep going or not. And I'm at the age now, I think the best decision was to go ahead and retire. And I'm going to miss it like crazy. There's no doubt about that. I still love it. But, you know, being in baseball for 52 years, I've been pretty selfish. And maybe I need to give some of my time back to my family.
And Bobby, take us back to the early 80s. Many people forget that you were the Braves manager from 78 to 1981. What led to your departure at the time, and what led to your return in 1990?
Well, we were losing. We thought we were building something good. They did win the very next year when we left. They won in 82. We left in 81. So we were kind of proud of what we did there, but, you know, managing in the big leagues is day-to-day. You know, it's not year-to-year anymore. It's day-to-day kind of. And Ted wanted to bring me back, so I came back as the GM, and that was our home for my family. So we made that decision to leave Toronto, and that was a tough one because I love Toronto. But it was the thing to do for the family, so I did it, and I haven't regretted it now because I've been here ever since.
Bobby, when people mention the Atlanta Braves, the first thing that still comes to mind is the pitching. How well did you sleep at night in the 90s when you had 3 Hall of Fame pitchers taking the mound every week?
Well, real good. Every night we felt we could win a ball game, and that's a good feeling. I've been on the other end of that when you say, how are we going to win one? But with those guys, it was a matter of we were going to win, and it was a lot of fun managing those guys, and they were gamers. They were willing to do anything that would get us into the World Series, and pitched on short rest a lot. They'd always beat me to the punch before I'd ever have to bring them in and talk to them. They'd always knock on the door and say, we get it, and we're ready.
What was the difference between those 3 guys, Smoltz, Glavin, and Maddux? What was the difference in their persona and how they approached the game?
Well, they're all a little bit different, but the one thing that wasn't a difference in any of them, they were all great competitors. And they all were smart. All Smoltz, smart kid, Glavin smart, Maddux smart. I mean, they could figure things out. And there wasn't a lot. They pitched different. I mean, they were all different in their pitches and the way they took out hitters. But the thing that they were equally good at was competing.
Bobby, more recently, you were officially recognized in the U.S. Congressional Record. How'd you feel about that award?
Well, that's a great honor, and I'm indebted to those guys. That was very nice of them to do what they did, and we took a group of guys from the organization with me, and I was taken back, to be honest with you. It's always fun to go and see the Senate floor and see how this country actually works with politics. And, you know, we had 2 of our senators from Georgia, Johnny Isakson and Zaxby Chambliss, and, of course, Jay Rockefeller from West Virginia is a huge Braves fan because of old TBS. They became his team on television. So, you know, it was a delightful day to be there with those guys, and I was really honored.
Bobby, we'll get you out of here on this one. The 2010 Braves, you guys are starting to seem to find your rhythm a little bit, approaching 500. And how do you see this season going, and will it impact your decision to come back or not?
No. I've made the decision. That's going to be it for me. Like I said, I still have a great passion for it. I would keep managing until the day I died, but I've made the decision, and I'm going to stick with it no matter what we do. But we got off to a very good start. We were in first place here about 10 days ago, and we went on a road trip and lost the road trip. So it wasn't a lot of fun. Then we went back home for 3, and we won there. So now we're starting another road trip. We need to have a real good one.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Cox.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right.